Ghost. Don't let them take you out your spirit, gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how it was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, that's all I ever wanted. And not killing die by how that you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. I post something on the internet, you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got I.S.U.P.K, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karan Yala, got your rock bar, Chopper, it's a car, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hard, core look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plague.
White man, goddamn devil, man. The way he done our people mind is on him tonight.
And the wicked don't stop, trying to adopt, but this shit don't stop. Where did they fall? Wanna see them all fall, not one, not two. Wanna see them all fall, that they do not rise. How can she be when he does your little ones? See, I know things they don't want you to know. Act like we ain't never told you before. Devil on the earth, there was murder that he wrote. Don't worry about it, brother, he gon' reap what he sowed. Don't worry about it, sis, he gon' get it for the low. I wanna see him dead for a nigga, gotta go. Fucking with a nation, you don't wanna let go.
I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plague.
White man, goddamn devil, man. The way he done our people mind is on him tonight.
And the wicked don't stop, trying to adopt, but this shit don't stop. Where did they fall? Wanna see them all fall, not one, not two. Wanna see them all fall, that they do not rise. How can she be when he does your little ones? See, I know things they don't want you to know. Act like we ain't never told you before. Devil on the earth, there was murder that he wrote. Don't worry about it, brother, he gon' reap what he sowed. Don't worry about it, sis, he gon' get it for the low. I wanna see him dead for a nigga, gotta go. Fucking with a nation, he don't wanna let go. And also, he don't wanna see us grow. Hang us in the trees, then watch his bodies rot. Put us in the fire, man, it gotta be hot. Put us in a cell, man, it gotta be hell. Do you know how it feels when you can't fight back? Weak ass cops don't know about Jack. No, they really wanna see a little weak nigga. But I'm black, all black on my feet, nigga. Martin Luther King had a dream, nigga. No matter what it seems, we ain't free, nigga. I would never join hands with my enemies, knowing that the crackers trying to get rid of me. Ain't no cracker really ever did shit for us. Only give back what they took from us. I only want blood, I don't want your love, cause I get enough from the most high above. Can't take it back, too late for that. Don't cry now, too mad for that. Crackers gon' die, I'ma drink to that, yeah. But this shit don't stop.
It's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plague.
White man, goddamn devil, man. The way he done our people mind is on him tonight.
And the wicked don't stop, trying to adopt, but this shit don't stop. Granted, they fall, wanna see them all fall. Not one, not two, wanna see them all fall. That they do not rise. Happy she be when he does your little ones. See, I know things they don't want you to know. Act like we ain't never told you before. Devil on the earth, there was murder that he wrote. Don't worry about it, brother, he gon' reap what he sowed. Don't worry about it, sis, he gon' get it for the low. I wanna see him dead for a nigga, gotta go. Fucking with a nation, you don't wanna let go. And also, he don't wanna see us grow. Hangers in the trees, then watch his bodies rot. Put us in the fire, man, they gotta be hot. Put us in a cell, man, they gotta be held. Do you know how it feels when you can't fight back? Weak ass cops don't know about Jack. No, they really wanna see a little weak nigga. But I'm black, all black on my feet, nigga. Martin Luther King had a dream, nigga. No matter what it seems, we ain't free, nigga. I would never join hands with my enemies. Knowing that the crackers trying to get rid of me. Ain't no cracker really ever did shit for us. Only give back what they took from us. I only want blood, I don't want your love. Cause I get enough from the most high above. Can't take it back, too late for that. Don't cry now, too mad for that. Crackers gon' die, I'ma drink to that, yeah. Welcome.
Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at? Where the black men get together by the thousands and say, enough is enough. We ain't gonna be killing each other no more. I woke up today in reality, looking at my people and the casualties. Misunderstood for having some morality, but my people there in spirituality. Lord knows, just a young Hebrew from Killer, California. Used to dog in the street with no sense of order. Used to love to press the line, even test the water, and almost lost my life from slanging and hanging on that corner. I learned to cut the grass so I could see the snakes. I had to decipher between the real and fake. And nowadays, all these niggas do is hate, treat you like a bitch, sit back and try to manipulate. Yeah, that's why I got it on my own too. You see me rocking with the Hebrews. I.S.U.P.K is how we do. Stand for the Lord. The mother niggas is see-through. Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at? Wake your game up, my nigga. Ain't no time for this shit. I know you sitting back thinking that life is a bitch. Yes, my nigga, I understand. My nigga, I feel your pain. Yeah, my nigga, we got to change. This for the cane, this for the cane.
It's safe to say we curse today, trying to find another way, but all they do is take away, trying to pray the fake away while trying to find a safer way. Eat so we can face to face. Please, Lord, save the day, cause everybody at my job always got some shit to say. You might think this shit is crazy, but I deal with this every day. Knowing that we paved the way, I had it as they hit today. Listen to the shit to say, make me want to catch this case or even if they face away. But I know what them scriptures say. We gon' wait on judgment day, thinking it ain't coming, thinking the Lord bluffing, waiting on the day it's gonna be hotter than the oven. Though they treat me like a slave, wanna see me in the grave. Hate to see a nigga brave, hate to see a nigga brave. It's hard at my job, but I'll be too wise, knowing that this crackers don't get it no vibe. It's hard at my job, but I'll be too wise, knowing that this crackers don't get it no vibe.
One West. Yeah. I'ma do it when you afraid to do it. I'ma say what you ain't gonna say. I'ma tell you what you need to hear. This life, they got us fucked up, man. Real fucked up. Look. Feel me one time. Look. Yo. I know struggle, I know pain. I know my people strung off with the dope to cope with the long days. I know this place called America. I know this place where they deal with us like homeland terrorists. I know this place got us fucked up. I know this place got us positioned so we never try to stand up. I know this place just want to see me sleep. And when it come to my people, they love to see a black man weak. But it's survival of the fittest. And when it comes to the law, best believe we gon' get it. Rise, Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lies. Rise, Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lives. Rise, Israel, rise. Rise, Israel, rise. Yeah, look, this ain't a place you wanna be, where you can surrender from a flea and still be dead in the streets. This white man, he play for keeps. And when it comes to his love, you should never wanna see. I want war, fuck peace. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in the streets. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in patience. You had a hand in the equation for this hell lot we facing. See, man, y'all think it's a game when we bring it to you like this, man. I gotta give you the truth. When they lie to you, you love the lies because it tastes sweet. Well, this truth bitter, and it hits you straight in the core, man. But you need it. One West shit.
One West. 50th, man. You know.
All right, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, YAHANNA, YAHANNA, Wagwan.
Shalom, Madawan, YAHANNA, Kal Tawab, sir. Kal Tawab. You
Most
good?
man. Yeah, man, Matuab, man, Matuab. You know what I mean? Well, here we are going for to the class. We are going on Rastafariism. You understand? So,
Padawan cancer.
yeah, man. So we're gonna break down that stronghold today. You understand? We have a couple of videos of, you know what I mean, people, because you know that Rastafari community basically teach that we should go back to Africa, specifically Ethiopia, right?
Padawan cancer.
All right. So, well, we have footage of brothers and sisters from the Rastafari community who are currently in Ethiopia. And we have their sentiments and what they experience over there. And we're going to play some of them tape there. And then we're going to break it down. You know the thing already.
Padawan cancer.
All right. So, without further ado, we're going to jump into one of the tapes. So, all right. This is basically an Ethiopian woman. What she's doing is she's doing a research on the interaction of Benjamites who follow the Rastafari community, who are unable, who live in Sashamane land, and they are unable to integrate into Ethiopian society. All right. And fear premise, our fear, what do I call it now? Our approach is to find out why this is the problem. You understand? And she interviews some of the Rastas them and their children. We're gonna review the children. You know why we're gonna review the children, them Officer Araya Allah?
La, sir.
This is why. Because the adults, they are Rastafarian. See?
Padawan can.
And they will spread the propaganda of Rastafarianism, right? So even though they are going through hell over there in Sashamane land, them now go talk the truth. You understand? But you see the children. You see their children. Their children will tell you exactly what they are going through. You understand? And what they face. So the children, you know them always say the children, there's no honesty bigger than a child honesty. So a child will be completely honest. You understand? While the adults will always try to spread them propaganda. So we are going to do we are going to cover the part where the children are speaking. See? And then I'm going to make you know that it is not all peaches and cream over there in Sashamane land. You understand me? All right. So we're going to share some footage now. See? And if you want to watch the full interview that this Ethiopian woman did, you can go over to Connect Africa page, right? It's a YouTube channel called Connect Africa. And the title of the video is The Rastafari in Ethiopia, Challenges and Paradoxes of Belonging. What a title. That title is very heavy, you know. You see the word belonging, it's referring to your, you know what I mean? You belonging somewhere. You understand? And the fact that this person put this in the title means that there's some disconnect that caused the rest of them to not feel like them belong there in Ethiopia, there in Sashamane land. You understand? There's some barrier. You understand? There's a barrier that make them feel like, yo, we don't belong here. That is why them put that in the title. Zin? And we know why that had to be in the title. Because, to be honest, we as Benjamites, we don't belong amongst those Hamites over there in Africa. We don't belong.
That's right.
You understand? And those Rastafarians instead, and we not bash them. See? We're not bashing our Rastafarian brothers, the brothers that and sisters who, you know what I mean, fall for the trap of Rastafarianism. You understand? But listening to Commanding General YAHANNA would have prevented them from falling into this situation. You understand? All right. We're going to jump to the video right now. Remember, again, tap the screen, share, subscribe. You know the thing go. All right. And Officer Araya Allah, if anytime you have something to input, feel free. You know what I mean? Jump in and, you know what I mean, give your input as well. All right, brother?
God one cancer to order, sir.
Yeah, man. No sweat, man. All right. We're going to start the video with this portion right here. See? All right.
With just what we have on our back because of the promise of a better tomorrow, not necessarily today have to be so much better. And our initiative is to work hard for that better tomorrow. And job blesses us. So we get jobs, we get housing, we get those things here in Ethiopia, even when the system was before the government's new decree was against us. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but break down what that brother is saying. All right, initially they weren't able to get citizenship over there in Sashamane. I think a couple of years ago, Officer Araya Allah, them eventually give citizenships to the Rastafarians over there. So now them can get employment and go to school. You understand? Before that, however, they were not able to get employment. They were not able to, you know what I mean, to go to school and get educated, to earn certifications so them can be skilled individual and earn IP and jobs. They would have to be banished to the land of Sashamane land. You understand? Just banished, living life, living like the what you call them people, them? The Amish in America. They would have to be living like those people before this. No, I don't know to what extent this new what you call it now, this new privilege of citizenship is giving them. You know what I mean? But before that, it was terrible. You know what I mean? Very terrible for them. They were living in abstract poverty, to be exact. You understand?
This home and settling down and stayed here past our 3-month or 6-month or 2-year visa. You know what I'm saying? Many Rastas just come and said, you know, forget the visa, I'm staying. This is my home.
And another thing, sorry if you cut in a bit every now and then still. See? Another thing, Ethiopia is such, you know what I mean, a reverent place to the Rastafari community, but yet still Ethiopia require, you know what I mean, Rastafarians to acquire a visa to visit. That don't make no sense. That seems like the Ethiopians are trying to keep, you know. You understand? That seems like you're not so welcomed in Ethiopia. And you're going to see that our people are not welcome. You know what I mean? And there's so many layers to it as well. As to why. See? Let me continue playing the tape.
Here in Ethiopia, I hear mesmer.
Silakia, that is some elderly Rasta who migrated from, you know what I mean? This brother in particular, I don't know exactly where he migrated from, but many of them migrated from the Caribbean, some from Jamaica, some from America, some from even Trinidad. See? because the Rastafari message is so strong that it compels our people from all over the world who follow Rastafariism, you know what I mean, to pick up, you know what I mean, themselves and go to Sashamane land. Because why? Them sing that in the Rastafari reggae songs, you understand? And them take up themselves all from all over the world and them go over there to do this. To stand up barefoot under a tree and cry out to Selassie.
That's
you understand?
right.
And smoke weed, you understand, which is illegal in Ethiopia, by the way, which they eventually get persecuted for. Just like we get persecuted for smoking marijuana over here, you understand? They get persecuted for smoking it over there. See? So, them go over there thinking that them can be the ultimate hippie, because that is really the lifestyle them want to live over there. Go over there barefoot, don't have to wear shoes like Muta Baruka, thinking that the Ethiopians, they are not, as way they call it now, not thinking that the Ethiopians don't have a society, thinking that the Ethiopians don't have rules and regulations. Them go over there thinking that them can be the ultimate hippie, come to find out the Ethiopians are not having it. You understand? Let me continue playing this tape. I'll jump to I'll skip and go to minute 15. See? Again, if you don't want to follow this page, just click the follow button. You know what I mean? We teach classes, you know the thing go.
And we're back with March Sadness. The team is looking down the barrel of a 4:55 meeting.
They're learning that now, that side of it. And so it's coming together.
For me, I don't like to be treated as a foreigner because in England, I'm a foreigner. Over here, I'm a foreigner. In America, I'm a foreigner. So where will I be?
All right, so Officer Araya Allah, these are the children of the people who migrated to Sashamane land. Their parents are Rastafarians. Zane, that brother that is speaking right here is a Benjamite. He came to Sashamane, Ethiopia, from Britain, where you are. See? But he was not born in Sashamane land. He came from Britain with his parents. And he says, in Britain, him feel like a foreigner. In Africa, there in Ethiopia, him feel like a foreigner. Everywhere in America, him feel like a foreigner. Here where am I going to say? See?
Where will I be? Where are my people? If I have no people if England aren't my people, if Africa is not my people, if America is not my people, then where am I? God.
And that brother asks an excellent question, Officer Araya Allah. Excellent question. See, if America is not his people, if England is not his people, and Ethiopia, it's the place that they sing so much about, that them say is the homeland, is our motherland in Africa. See, him can't find him people there. Then where is his people?
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
And that's really heavy what you're touching on, because it just shows you how destroyed our people as a nation we really are. They've taken our last names, they've taken our inheritance, our heritage. It's to the point where our children know nothing unless their fathers are in the truth. Like we are in UP, the priests and the prophets in the I.S.U.P.K under the command of General YAHANNA. We've got no chance, sir. So this shows how important it is what we're doing in the classroom, on the concrete, pushing this truth to our people. It's imperative that we do this work of the Most High God. And we do it through Bahashim Yahweh Shai in the name of Jesus Christ, because without the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K under the command of General YAHANNA, we are totally and utterly destroyed, sir.
That's damn right. That's right. That's right. You understand? What the brother brought out a while ago is so true. You understand? That's why the work that we do here in the I.S.U.P.K is so important. See? Because guess what? You see, like how that brother, that Benjamite over there in Ethiopia right now, can't seem to know where is his people. That's where we come in, because we know who our people are. You understand? And that is what we teach here in the I.S.U.P.K. We teach who is your people and who should be amongst. You understand? The Rastafari community, what they will tell you is that your people is over there in Sashamane land. But this brother, this young brother, is witnessing otherwise. He's seeing that he's not welcome there. You understand? So these religions, what they do, they put us in a predicament where we don't know where we belong. Zin? We don't know where we belong. That's why the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General YAHANNA is so important. We know where we belong and we know what we should do. And you should not follow the Rastafari community in going to Africa to live among these heathens, because you will also feel like you don't belong there. Why? Because these heathens know who they are and you don't know who you are. You understand? All right. Officer Araya Allah, could you jump to Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1 from it? Baba Kosha.
Sir, just on the topic what you're talking about, may I read a quick precept first,
yeah,
sir?
Yeah, man.
Okay, sir. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4, and it reads, and this is touching on what this young Benjamite saying in the video, what he's talking about. Where does he belong? Where does he come from? Because we were so disobedient, we did this to ourselves. But the people that took us into captivity, they were the ones that overstepped their mark, and there's going to be ultimately a judgment for them. In Jeremiah 17 and 4, it reads, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Go ahead, read that again. It's lucky, heavy precept you brought out, brother. Read that again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt thus discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right. Break that down for them, brother. Break that down. You understand? Because them are watch and don't know what that all of that mean. See? Break it down for them. Salakia, go ahead.
Khan. Even Rastafarianism is an enemy to the state of Judah and Ephraim, Israel as a nation, our beloved blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. We are a people, we're a chosen people from God. And as it reads again, verse 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage. We had a heritage. We have a heritage and an inheritance from the Most High God, being his chosen people. And he discontinued us, which means he put a stop to it. He put a stop to it. We believe it or not, we ruled this kingdom once upon a time. And this kingdom was taken from us and given to another people because we couldn't do as we were told. And that's how we lost our inheritance. Salakia, sir, do you have something?
Yeah, man. And to add to your point, you know what I mean? And where we are bringing out is so heavy. What the brother is saying is we had an inheritance or a heritage once upon a time. See? And because of our disobedience to the Most High, we were discontinued from it. So watch out now. You see the reason why that young man over there, whose parents brought him to Sashamane land, don't feel like he belonged there, is because we were discontinued for our heritage. Rastafari-ism telling you that you should go back to Ethiopia and Africa is a proof that we don't know where we belong. You understand?
That's right.
So this was Bible prophecy that if we broke the Most High's covenant, break his laws, statutes, and commandments, we will discontinue from our heritage. You understand?
Right.
If you ask any Jamaican today who they were before slavery, if you ask 10 different Jamaicans that question, they will give you 10 different answers. And that is proof we don't know who we are, which means we were discontinued from our heritage. And Salakia, not to be long-winded, now I'll make you get back to your breakdown, Officer Araya Allah. See? But this is synonymous with the people who was brought over here in slavery and the Hispanics who were enslaved by the Spanish. See? There is nobody else that can relate to being discontinued from their heritage. We are the only people that can say we were discontinued from our heritage. You understand? Which means what? Along with the many clues that the Bible give, the many breadcrumbs, then this is one more proof who this Bible is talking about. You understand? And how would you know that this belonged to you if, you know what I mean, you were brought over here in slavery? You wouldn't. You wouldn't know that this was your record. You would think that this belonged to somebody else. Why?
That's right.
Because you were discontinued from your heritage. Somebody cut you off. You think you're Jamaican today. And being Jamaican is not sufficient because now you feel like you don't belong here in Jamaica. So you know what you do? You go join the Rasta them and them say Ethiopia is that place. And when you go to Ethiopia, you feel the same thing of not belonging there. You understand? Because you were discontinued from what your original heritage was. So yeah, go ahead, Officer Araya.
God, one concern. That's so heavy what you're talking about right there. Because in verse 4, it reads, the Most High more or less served us up to our enemies, and we would have to serve our enemies. And when we think about our enemies directly, we think about the generations and the seed of Esau, the Edomites. They are our direct enemies. But also are the sons of Ham. Now, when these Ethiopians are Cushites, when we ran into Africa, 70 AD, away from Roman tyranny, more Edomites that invaded our land. We found these Cushites, and we often tend to forget that we taught them civilization. So even in the period of time we spent in the land of Ham before the transatlantic slave trade, we were serving our enemies. But make no mistake, in Rastafarianism, these Cushites, who we call today in the modern era the Ethiopians, these are our enemies. They're not us, like Rastafarianism teaches. They are our enemies, and we spent more or less 1,500 years in their land, serving them, teaching them. When we landed in amongst the Cushites and the Foothites and the Canaanites, they were a savage people. So even they saw that we was in a higher state of socialism. Our society was in a higher state than theirs. They were living as savages, and they copied us, and we taught them. So we was even serving these Hamites for 1,500 years before we went into the transatlantic slave trade, when the Portuguese and the Spanish came to the west coast of Africa and bought us. These are the same people we're teaching our children in Rastafarianism. We are them that hated us, envied us, was red-eyed us, and caught us in fishing nets and sold us to these European slave merchants.
That's right, brother. That's right. And that is what we try to tell our people. But because Rastafarianism has this strong hold here in Jamaica, it is difficult. You understand? It is difficult to win our people out of the Ethiopian dream. See? But it is, you know what I mean? It is so, what I call it now, so important that we show them the proof. And this is what we are doing here in the I.S.U.P.K. Because we are the home of the truth, and we tell you the truth. We show you what really are going, and we don't, you know what I mean? We don't preach to your sweet lies. We tell you the truth of the Bible, you understand? And the truth as to what our people are going through. You understand? All right, so now jump to the scripture. Zephaniah 2:1, Baba Kwasha, brother.
God, the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Read.
Gather yourselves together, yea. Gather together, O nations, not desired.
Read that again.
Khan, the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourself.
Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourself together. Who's supposed to gather themselves together? Read.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
O nation not desired. Now the question is, who is the nation that is not desired today? You understand? The Bible leaves us so many breadcrumbs as to how to find our way back. Who is the nation that is not desired today? Well, the young man on the tape that we are playing right now, he's telling you, he's showing you that if he don't belong in England, and he don't belong in Ethiopia, and he don't belong in America, where is his people? Where that I tell you, we are the nation not desired. You see, we have a Officer Araya Allah. You see, we here in Jamaica, and not only here in Jamaica, you know, Israelites all across the world, through North, Central, and South America, and wherever we are found, we sympathize with everybody else's plight.
Right.
So much so that we ignore the plight that we go through. You understand? So if you just say to them, say, who is the nation not desired? You know who first they will go point out? Probably today they will point out the Palestinians. And we say, there is somebody who's not desired. Because they are going through atrocities, ignoring the atrocities that we go through today and the atrocities that we went through that is worse than every atrocity under the face of the sun. You understand? So our people don't even know that we are the people that is not desired. See? So you look at the Ethiopians and you say, well, the Ethiopians look like a humble people. Obviously, they are living in abstract poverty. You go over there and guess what? You're rejected by them. Imagine that.
Like you, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
And that's so heavy, sir, what you're touching on right there, because we are the only people that has that sympathy. We're the only people that have that empathy for the other nations. And when you look at the other nations, sir, they declare war on other nations, like the fake Jews warring with the Palestinians. When you look at our people, we're the only people, apart from the only exception you could say is Russia and the Ukraine, but that's part of prophecy. We are the only people outside of that love to hate in our own nation of people. You get that what comes to even the police in Jamaica killing our own people regularly. It's a regular thing, and most of the time it's through corruption. We're killing one another. We're warring. We're declaring war on each other. The gangs of New York and LA.
Say analyze for TikTok's sake, all right?
Salakia, sir. What was that, sir?
Say unalive instead of the K word. Say unalive, just for TikTok's sake.
Sir. So we have the gangs in New York, for example, the Mexican gangs, which is the Israelites, the tribe of I.S.U.P.K, the Nietas, the Latin kings, warring with the Bloods and the Crips and the so-called Negroes and the Judites. It's been a constant war within our nation, and you can't find that amongst any of the other nations. The other nations love to war, but to fight for themselves and for each other. We're the only nation that really fights against our one another and declares war against our one another. So it's so heavy there, sir, what you're touching on.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot here.
So in essence, we look at the other nations' plight before we do our own, and we don't see that we are the nation not desired. Well, the most I make we know in Zephaniah 2:1 that the nation not desired, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, see, we should gather together, not gather together with the Ethiopians, not gather together with the Nigerians, not gather together with the oppressor, the blonde-eared, blue-eyed devil. You all know who that is. See? But we should gather ourselves together.
That's
so now
right.
it's time to come together as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people who are the children of Israel. Don't seek salvation amongst another nation. See? Don't look to the other nations for your salvation, because you're going to find out what this young brother is finding out now, that he don't belong over there in Sashamane land. You understand? I can tell you the story of what is going over there in Sashamane land. See? Those Rastafarian brothers and sisters who go over there, see? They are realizing that these Ethiopians do not love them. And as a matter of fact, these Ethiopians ridicule them for worshiping Selassie. We're going to jump to that. You understand? Yeah. We continue playing this tape, by the way. See? Remember, tap up the screen, share, like, comment, leave your questions in the chat. You know what I mean? You know the thing, we are I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica under commanding General YAHANNA. And we have a brother from I.S.U.P.K, UK. You know what I mean? Officer Araya Allah, Officer 50 for Araya Allah. You understand? With us. You understand?
If they don't teach their own history, they will never be able to move forward. They will always be, they will just stay stuck where they are.
John, would you like to say something on this?
They're teaching, you just don't know. They don't teach. Over here in Ethiopia, they're teaching foreign history. So they will never learn their own history. If they don't teach their own history, they will never be able to move forward. They will always be, they will just stay.
And this is where this young, as a young brother, you know, you can see clearly that it's a strong brother. This, you understand? He thinks that they are not teaching Ethiopian history. You understand? When in fact it's the opposite. They are teaching Ethiopian history, and that is the reason why they treat the Rastafarians, them, the Jamaicans, them, you know what I mean, who come to Ethiopia so badly. You understand?
Right.
They know their history. It's the Rastafarians over here who don't know the history and is spreading lies. So when our brothers go over there now, you know what I mean, and get mistreated by the Ethiopians, but they go to school, you understand, and the Ethiopians make fun of them for worshiping Selassie. They don't know why. They don't know why, but it's because the Ethiopians know their history. All right, we're gonna skip through this video. But if you have nothing else to say, Officer Araya Allah, jump in. We're gonna skip to another minute marker in this video. Zin?
Can, sir. Can.
Yeah, man. All right, we'll jump to minute 23. See?
Then people curse you because you got the dread. If you see him, that's a map on your head. Sometimes people curse you because you got the dread.
That we say our diversity is our beauty. I mean, forget Rasta, forget anything.
When I have the dread, sometimes people curse you because you got the dread. If you see him, that's a map on your head.
This young man, yeah, hear that, Officer Araya Allah?
Can, sir.
This young brother is saying over there in Ethiopia, people curse them for having the dreads. They make fun of them for having dreads. What that mean? Ethiopians are not Rastafarians.
Right.
Ethiopians don't wear dreads. So we're the Rasta them. All right. Where's the mixture now? This mixture that the Rastafarians push of wearing dreadlocks and going back to Ethiopia. It don't connect because guess what? Ethiopians don't believe in that thing.
Right.
Ethiopians don't wear dreads. Ethiopians ridicule wearing dreads. Ethiopians look down on people wearing dreads. So you growing dreads calling yourself an Ethiopian. When you go to Ethiopia, guess what? Ethiopians make fun of you in school. Because that is not Ethiopian culture. So where did this Rasta dreadlocks wearing culture come from? It come from a lie. It come from the struggle of our people seeking an identity. You understand? because we were discontinued from our heritage. You understand? We will continue playing.
Can't cancel.
Things like that.
So they tease you.
Yeah.
And after they finish school, they cannot get a job. And then also the religion, they might be.
After them finish school, them can't get a job. These Rastas have been in Ethiopia for like 40 years, you know, Officer Araya Allah. 40 years, you know, so generations, you know what I mean? That's what, 2 generations? So guess what going on? So guess what going on now? Their children grow up, you know what I mean, and can't find a job. You know why? Ethiopians are racist. Ethiopians are prejudiced. An Ethiopian will give an Ethiopian the job over a Rastafari Benjamin. See? And an Ethiopian will not give the Benjamite the job because guess what go on? Ethiopians are racist. And that is what they are not telling you when they must sing the song saying that you should go to Sashamane land, that you will face racism over there from those Ethiopians. So go ahead, jump in.
Cancer, and this is exactly the point that we was told by Moses in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, because we'd be accursed through vexation, and the Ethiopian, the last time I checked, Ethiopia was not a Rastafarian, sir. So they constantly correcting these young Benjamites that and rebuking them because they're coming with their Rastafarian doctrine. If I may, sir, precepts.
Yeah, man.
Okay, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and reaping all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed. So the Most High warned us about this, that we're gonna go places, we're gonna be scattered, we're gonna vex the people, like these young Benjamites in the land getting rebuked, getting laughed after, and just not being taken seriously, sir.
Again? Salakia, which scripture you say again? 28 and what?
Verse 20, sir.
All right, Baba Crash, toward. Yeah, man.
Shall I read it again, sir?
No, just continue with the breakdown. Salakia about that.
Yeah, so we'd be cursed with a vexation and rebuke. So when these Ethiopians are stating to these young Rastafarian brothers that Rastafarianism is not of their land, they're doing it through vexation. They're angry, they're annoyed because they live in a Christian state. And they've got young Benjamites coming with their families, with their fathers, with their mothers, and trying to spread a word that they're not familiar with.
Right.
Yet their fathers have taught the children that this land, because in the Rastafarian doctrine, Christ isn't bringing the new kingdom. That Christ is our records talk about Christ bringing back the new Jerusalem, being the new kingdom, and that is the word of the Most High God. We've got these records for a reason, sir. The Rastafarian doctrine, these elders in the Rastafarian community are teaching our children, young Benjamites, that the new kingdom is being brought back by Selassie. They're teaching that Selassie is the king of all kings, and he's bringing back a new kingdom called Ethiopia. When our Benjamite people go to take their pilgrimage, their so-called pilgrimage to Ethiopia, the Ethiopians don't know what they're talking about because it's a Christian state. And that's what this curse is talking about in verse 27. They're doing it in vexation, and they're mocking these young Benjamites and rebuking them, sir.
Excellent precept and excellent breakdown, brother. See, what the brother just said is, when our people make that pilgrimage to Ethiopia, because the Rastafarians say that Selassie will bring the new kingdom. These Ethiopians don't have a clue what they're talking about because the Ethiopians are Christian.
Right.
The Ethiopians believe in white Jesus. You understand? Right. And the Ethiopians don't believe in Selassie. As a matter of fact, the Ethiopians don't think highly. You know them like to say highly Selassie. The Ethiopians don't think highly of Selassie. Understand? And we're going to show you. See? We're going to show you. All right, we'll continue playing this tape.
Any religion that exists in the country, whether it's Ethiopian Orthodox Church or Islam, or, you know, I'm just mentioning the prominent ones. It doesn't mean that these are the only ones in the country. You know, some of them, they accept the levity or the ideology, and they might still want to stick to the religion that they inherited from their family. And also they're outcasted by the religious leaders. Yeah, and those are the main ones, actually. If you are outcasted by those, they have a bigger say in the community.
In school, there's another problem, is because it's like a lot of Ethiopians know the history of His Majesty in Ethiopia. So the problem they come to face between me is, you're worshipping a person. Why do you worship a person? God, Haile Selassie is not God. When he was in Ethiopia, when he was king of Ethiopia.
God one can, sir. God one can.
When these children go to school, the Ethiopian children say, why are you worshiping Selassie? He's just a person. He's not God. And these are Ethiopians saying that Selassie is not God. So all the hell Jamaicans over here grow dreadlocks and worship a man that the Ethiopians, you know what I mean, an Ethiopian that the Ethiopians don't even revere. Them don't even respect him. Let me continue playing the tape because it gets worse.
So many people died. He killed so many people. He is Satan.
This is a queue for food.
He said because so many people died. What he's referring to is, you know what I mean, Selassie and his massacre on Ethiopians. The Ethiopians don't like Selassie because Selassie is a tyrant to them. They know Selassie. You don't know Selassie. Them know him. They have experienced the rulership of Selassie and it was tyrannical. But here you are over here calling him the King of Kings and Lord of Lords when the Ethiopians, them see him as a tyrant. You understand? And they mock you when you go over there talking about, yes, I am here in the promised land, Ethiopia. Them say, why are you here to worship Selassie? Them say, you must be a fool because Selassie is not God, he's a tyrant.
Right.
You understand? And this is all because we don't know who we are. We are looking for our place all over the world. Officer Araya Allah, can you find a scripture? Let me find the scripture and give it to you. Baba Kosha. Hold on, 1 second. It said the fool's heart is all over the world at the end of Slakia. Let me find it quick and fast. In the meanwhile, just remember to like, share, subscribe. You know the thing go. If you're on TikTok, just follow this page. If you are on YouTube, subscribe. Leave your questions and comments in the chat. This is Proverbs 17 and 24. Find that from Baba Kwashar, Officer Araya Allah.
God one can, sir. The book of Proverbs, chapter 17 and verse
24.
Verse 24. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth.
Right. Wisdom is before him that have understanding. You know what I mean? We here in the I.S.U.P.K, we have wisdom. You understand?
Yeah.
It's for us because we have understanding. When we look at our people that live amongst us, we see the plight of our people. We see that these are our people. We love these people because we go through the same oppression and the same plight as these people that we live amongst, because they are our people. But the fool, his eyes would be over there in Ethiopia. You understand?
Right.
At the ends of the earth, him want to find fame belonging over there in Ethiopia amongst these Africans when they are not his people. That is a foolish way of thinking. You understand?
That's right.
A thing that we realize to Officer Arayala is whenever our people become wealthy, there's always some school or some charity that they want to do in Africa. You understand? When our people need that support, need a new school, need a new this, need a new that, but them find it. You know what I mean? Their compassion is over there in Africa. That's a fool. And the Rastafari community is a community of fools. The black conscious community that like to praise Africa. Dr. Umar Johnson and them who like to, you know what I mean, praise Africa. Muta Baruka, they're all fools. What about the people that are here, so right so in front of we? Eh?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Go ahead, brother.
And Salakia, sir, what you're talking about is so deep, it's so heavy, because the priests and the prophets in the I.S.U.P.K under the Commander General YAHANNA, we know the truth. We know how to break down these scriptures, the word of the Most High God, our records. We have these records for a reason. And what Rastafarianism is teaching is there's no difference between the seed of Ham and the seed of Shem. Right. That we are all one because we're a melanated people. That's not true, sir. That's not true. We have to start to understand this and understand the teachings and get into class and start to understand this, because there's many Hebrew nations that are closer blood related to us, the Israelites, our beloved blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians, than Ham. Ham has a specific set of tribes that are directly connected to the loins of Ham.
That's right.
You've got the Edomites, the Ishmaelites, the Elamites, the Ammonites, who were the Japanese, the Moabites, who were the Chinese. All these nations are Hebrews, and they're closer blood related to us than the Africans. The Africans have got no connection whatsoever to us, because after the floods, with Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Japheth, and Ham, the Most High separated the 3 sons and made 3 separate nations. So whoever came from out of Ham are connected, nothing to do with Japheth or Shem. Whoever came out of Shem were connected eventually, right and down until Abraham has Isaac, and Isaac had 2 sons who the Most High God made separate again, just like he made Noah's sons. So we find 2 separations here. One in the sons of Noah, the 3 sons of Noah, and then there was another separation made through the sons of Isaac. And these nations are not connected. But to say that the Hamites, the so-called Africans that we know about today, have any connection with the children of Jacob, the Jacobites, or more commonly known, the Israelites, is ridiculous and bizarre to the men in the I.S.U.P.K under the command of General YAHANNA. We keep a watchful eye on our people, and we push the truth, because we know what Rastafarianism is pulling and got a stronghold on in our community, and teaching our children the type of nonsense that is going to get us destroyed by the Most High God. We have no connection with the Hamites. We are more closely connected to to the Ishmaelites or the Elamites, the East Indians, even though they're a separate nation to us, they are closer connected to us than the Africans ever have been. Salakia.
Right, damn right. Give it up. You understand? What the brother is saying is so true. We have no connection to these Africans. Don't make the skin color fool you. You understand? All right. If you can, brother, you have your Zandervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Pull up.
I've got the compact Bible Dictionary.
All right. It have the same breakdown as the Zandervan with Ham.
Card one cancer, exactly the same.
All right. Read that for the people them we are watch right now, so them understand that we are the Africans. We are not the same people. See?
Card one cancer. Okay, this is the.
Yeah, man.
This is the compact dictionary Bible. The definition of Ham, page 213.
Read.
The youngest Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Right, stop there, brother. So it's a Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born, you know what I mean, a certain year before the flood. He's one of 8 people who survived the flood. We all know about Noah and his wife, his sons, 3 sons, and their wife. Those are the 8 people who survived that, you know what I mean, that catastrophe, that flood that the Most High sent on the earth. You understand? These are the only living people at this time. Continue reading, brother.
Khan Khan. He, as in Ham, he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
Hold on, don't give them that yet, man. He became the progenitor of the what?
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Right, so Ham is the father. Progenitor means to be the father of the dark-skinned people, the dark races. But what?
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. Who are the Negroes, Araya Allah?
The so-called our beloved blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the 12 tribes of Israel are the one.
That's right. You see the people that them call niggers over here in the West? These are the Negroes. You see the Hispanics that them call wetbacks and spicks? These are the Negroes. The oppressor knew enough to make a difference between us and the Hamites.
That's right.
Because he knew who we were. Continue reading. Tell them who Ham was the father of.
Khan.
Read.
But the Egyptians.
Egyptians. So Ham was not the father of the Negroes, but he was the father of the Egyptians. Continue reading.
Khan. Ethiopians.
Ethiopians, these same people who are oppressing our Rastafarian brothers over there in Sashamane land. You understand? Our brothers who go off into Rastafari believe is being oppressed by Ethiopians who are the Cushites. You understand?
Right.
Continue to read, brother.
Khan. Libyans.
The Libyans. We all know who the Libyans are. Muammar Gaddafi and his people. Continue reading.
Khan. And Canaanites.
Canaanites, these are your South African, which we have a play a tape, you know what I mean, of some South African trying to mix Caribbean people into their African culture. You understand? So these are the seed, are the sons of Ham, but not the Negroes. You are different. And if you ever wonder, you know what I mean, why we are able to do the things we do and the Africans can't do it, it's because we are not from the same lineage. We come from 2 different stock. We come from a lineage that is precious to the Most High. And these Hamites are Africans. These are just you know what I mean, regular heathens. They are not special to the Most High. So you should not find, when somebody tell you that you are African, you should not take that as a compliment. You should not call that a disrespect because you come from a more royal stock than, you know what I mean, than the Africans them. You are a separate people, you know what I mean, by the Most High. See? Go ahead, brother.
So like you sir, yeah, that's really heavy what you're talking about. And just for the listening audience, if you're interested in in your research and getting definitive proof of what the teacher, other one, what sir is talking about, then you go to the book of Genesis, the 10th chapter, read through the 10th chapter in Genesis, and you'll get definitive proof of what the teacher is talking about right now. Salakia, sir.
Yeah, man, Most High in Christ. All right. All right, so somebody in the chat say, well on. All right, the person with name Lion say, you need to look at actual history. But that's all we do in the ISUPK, brother. We look at actual history. And the Bible is a history book. You understand? If you left the Bible, you're gone off already. See? All right. Him said, Noah family alone, alive, where all these races come from. And that, all right, is an excellent question you ask, brother, but is a question that shows you that you don't really understand even how people come about. See? All right. Noah and his 3 sons and their wives, they populated the earth. They are the progenitors of all the races on the face of the earth. You understand? Right. So one of Noah's son named Ham, one named Japheth, one named Shem. See? They had children, and their children would be within the tribe of their father. See? Eventually they populated to millions to billions of people. You understand? But they would continue within the bloodline of their fathers. All right. Amongst those divisions would be divisions. You understand? These are where all the nations on the face of the earth come from. Now, if you're asking where our nation come from, it is because the Most High established a nation through our father Jacob. You understand? Which he eventually called Israel, and he had 12 sons. Like how Noah had 3 sons, he had 12. And those 12 became one nation because the Most High made it that way. You understand?
That's
which
right.
The tribes of Israel. And the Most High said, we should be a separate people unto him. Now the Most High is making a decision now that these are the people that he's dealing with. You understand? He's choosing these people, and these people should serve him. Well, those people are our ancestors. You understand? So I hope that answers your question. All right. All right, Allah, I'm going to jump back to the tape, Zane. And if you have any precept, just go and hold it a little bit till we finish play this little bit. You see me? In the meanwhile, everybody like, comment, share. I don't know the thing, but we are I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica under command in General YAHANNA.
Cattle. Now they have only their rags. They're destitute.
But they don't take the time to understand the reason why.
Recordings just got better.
Before I never knew.
Now they have only land and houses. They sold them all to buy peasants. Once they had cattle, land, and houses. They sold them all to buy food. Now they have only their rags. They're destitute.
But they don't take the time to understand the reason why. Before I never knew why, but now from my dad's explanation, I get to understand it. We don't worship the flesh. We worship the spirit. It is Jesus Christ's spirit inside of him, but they don't understand that.
So that is the propaganda of Rastafarianism, that Selassie, you know what I mean, is Jesus Christ, you know what I mean, in the flesh. You know what I mean? So this brother is facing pushback from the Ethiopians. They are saying that he's an oppressor, you know what I mean? He's, you know what I mean, somebody that unalived many Ethiopians. See? But they are saying No, the Ethiopians don't understand that he's Christ in the flesh. Well, is Christ a tyrant? Christ is not a tyrant. When Ethiopia was going through a famine, Selassie was having lavish parties, letting his people suffer. You know what I mean? Inviting, you know what I mean? Big celebrity leaders to come to Ethiopia and having a ball, and his people saw that. And they saw that he was selfish. And that is why they uprise against him and unalive him. And that is why Selassie is not respected in Ethiopia, because meanwhile you are living a fantasy here in Jamaica, creating this romanticized, where I call it now, this romanticized belief about Haile Selassie. The Ethiopians know the truth, and they have lived through the tyranny of Haile Selassie. You understand? And when you come over there now to worship him as God, is a spit in their faces, because they know him is to be less than a God, even less than a man. You understand? And that is the problem. I'm going to continue playing this tape.
Just built on, he killed so many people died. So they say, why?
That is the problem that the Ethiopians have with the Rastafarians over there in Sashamane. Meanwhile, you are saying he's Christ in the flesh. They are saying, but he unalived so many people. What are you talking about? He unalived us. Why are you? So you get the picture, Officer Araya Allah. They're basically putting themselves in a problem situation. They're forcing the Ethiopians to oppress them, because now you are bigging up the tyrant. You're coming over there telling them that Ethiopia is your promised land, when the Ethiopians know that you are the descendants of the slave people that they used to sell. And you coming back endorsing an emperor that unalive them in the past. You're setting up yourself for failure and oppression. And that is what happened to people over there in Sashamane. You understand? Let me continue playing.
You worshiping a person, and especially a person who is very bad. They don't understand that, and they don't take time to understand.
Right. They see Selassie as being bad. Selassie is not good to the Ethiopians. Selassie is bad. So why is the Rastafarians telling you that you should repatriate to Africa and telling you that Ethiopia is the promised land, when Selassie is a bad man in Ethiopia? They don't respect him. And you are going to tell them that he's Christ, and they are Christians, you know. So they worship the white Jesus. You understand? They look at the oppressor as being Christ. And you're going to tell them that the man who oppressed them is Christ. You're setting up yourself to make the Ethiopians even more of an enemy. And you're going inside of them land, and you're being surrounded by Ethiopians with no, you know what I mean, way to get assistance or help. Because what Captain Nayatak said in our show on Friday is that you cut yourself off from your own brothers and sisters who suffer here in Jamaica to go and live amongst these heathens. You know what I mean? Turn your back on your brothers, thinking that you're going to find heaven in Ethiopia. And that is just a dream. It doesn't exist. You understand? All right, let me continue playing.
Understand that. So that's the main problem I see him to face.
All right, so him face that in school. When him go to school and say, Haile Selassie is the king of all kings, the other student look upon him and say, are you mad? Haile Selassie is a tyrant who unalived our people. You understand? And they are Christians that believe in white Jesus. So what are you saying? So the point to me I try to make is this. Rastafarians are selling something that doesn't exist. See? You go into Ethiopia, you will find a people who do not respect Selassie. You will be the only ones over there who respect Selassie. And it's your job now. It's your job to tell the Ethiopians that their foreparents who Selassie unalive, it was for the best. You get that, Araya Allah. Going to Ethiopia, you have to say, no, your foreparents deserve it. Because Selassie is Christ.
God on cancer.
Selassie is Christ, so your foreparent, your grandmother must be bad. You understand? Right. And that drought and famine that you experience, where Selassie, you know what I mean, was living lavish while you suffered, it was right that you suffered because Selassie is Christ. You can imagine you trying to sell that to the Ethiopians. You know what I'm doing? You're not going to get unalived by the Ethiopians. That is what's going to happen. They're going to take your belongings, abuse you, lock you up in prisons for the least offense. They're going to oppress you over there because you are on the side of their tyrant or their enemy.
That's right.
You understand? All right, let me jump to minute 37. You know what I mean? And then we'll play some more tapes. You understand?
The way they see the emperor, then yes, it can be complicated.
My parents mingle well with the locals, but then there comes a time when there's a problem because the children are brought up from the same understanding that the parents are brought up on, which is His Majesty was a bad person. He killed so many people when His Majesty was alive. Ethiopia was such a bad country.
All right, officer. You know what I mean? Officer, priest and officer Azahab make an excellent point. He said, meaning all the people that Haile Selassie unalive, the children, our dear children, will remember the pain and will want to avenge their father's unalivement brought to them from Haile Selassie. Rastafarians are in danger over there in Ethiopia.
That's right.
That's an excellent point, Arawa. Excellent. You are in danger if you follow the Rastafari doctrine because you are believing that Haile Selassie is God, meaning you worship their oppressor and they will unalive you for it when you go over there to Sashamane land. See? All right, let me continue playing the tape.
Country. So now the children are learning from the parents. So my parents don't mingle with a lot of Ethiopians because it's like all they do is try to tease, they try to run joke on the fact that we worship in His Majesty. But there are some Ethiopians, as I said, that are.
Let me play this again. All right, may I get a call in, but can't answer that right now.
Parents don't mingle with a lot of learning from the parents. Ethiopia was such a bad country. Comes a time when there's a problem because
they see the
Officer Araya Allah, give me Ecclesiasticus 30 and verse 4. Baba Koshar. In the meanwhile.
Emperor, then yes, it can be complicated.
My parents mingle well with the locals, but then there comes a time when there's a problem because the children are brought up from the same understanding that the parents are brought up on, which is His Majesty was a bad person. He killed so many people when His Majesty was alive. Ethiopia was such a bad country. So now the children are learning from the parents. So my parents don't mingle with a lot of Ethiopians because it's like all they do is try to tease.
Right. So the man has said, his parents get along with a few Ethiopians, but for the most part, his experience is when him go to school, them say, Haile Selassie is a bad person, him unalive so much people. When we have a famine, him oppress we and all them thing there. See? And him parents do experience the same thing because even the parents get teased. Because the Ethiopians are bewildered to what the hell you are talking about. Who? Haile Selassie? No, man, right. Man, that where you talk about God, Ushpat, what? Who come from? What the name? No, man, I'm no mad, man. I don't know what rights in our country, I'm mad. I'm sick. You understand? Give me Ecclesiasticus 30, Baba Kosha, and verse 4.
God, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 4.
Read.
Though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead.
Right. So, though his father died, though Haile Selassie unalive his father, see, it's as if his father never dead because, read.
Khan, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he hath left one behind him that is like himself.
Right. So these people who Haile Selassie unalive left behind children who's just like them. What that mean? That mean they remember what took place. They remember that their father was unalive by this person. Continue reading. Read.
Khan. Verse 5. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him.
Jump to verse 6. Verse 6, Baba Kosha.
Khan. He left behind him an average against his enemies.
An avenger. Read it again.
Salakia. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies.
And a what?
An avenger against his enemies.
An avenger, meaning somebody to take revenge. So these children that, you know what I mean, are the children of the people who Haile Selassie unalive. See? They would want to take vengeance for the unalivement of their foreparents. And you met the Rastafari community, send you in the middle of those people who want vengeance against Selassie. What you think of that? Let me tell you what happened. 2000 now never go there enthusiastic in building up Sashamane land and spreading the gospel of Haile Selassie. And 500 are going to remain after the Ethiopians them, you know what I mean, start oppressing. See, many are going to flee, left all our investment in Sashamane. Many are going to build churches, restaurants, you know what I mean, schools, and if you abandon it, leaving them in dilapidated conditions because the Ethiopians want vengeance for what Selassie put them through. You coming telling them that Selassie is your God, making you an enemy to them. You understand? You're an enemy to the Ethiopians if you worship Selassie. You understand? And that is what our people need more. Stop following this Rastafari madness. Is a religion of weed smoking drug addicts. You know what I mean? Your real leaders are here in the I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General YAHANNA. We are not, you know what I mean, delusional. We give you a true history back. See? The true history is in these Hebrew records called the Bible that was stolen from us. You are the children of Israel, the chosen of God. That is why you outdo the Ethiopians. You should not go and live amongst them and make them oppress you because you worship their tyrant. Instead, you should gather together with your own people who live here in Jamaica, in Mexico, in Trinidad. Then gather together with them. Come learn your history again.
That's right.
I fight on our behalf. And guess what? He'll be fighting the Ethiopians also. All right, more you jump to Zephaniah 2 and 12, Baba Koshar. You understand? And this is in the same chapter, you know. It's the same chapter where say, gather yourself together. It's the same chapter where say, ye Ethiopians also. Read, Baba Koshar.
Khan. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 12.
Read.
Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
Right. So in verse 1, the Most High tell the children of Israel to gather together, O nation not desired. And by the time him reach a verse 12, he remember the Ethiopians. And when him say, read again, Baba Koshar.
Khan. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
Ye Ethiopians will be slain by the Most High sword. So the Most High is saying, Israelites, gather together. But you see, you Ethiopians, ye shall be slain by his sword. You understand? The Most High make a difference between we and the Africans. Don't go over there joining these Hamites. You will get oppressed. You understand? And guess what? Joining the enemies of the Most High. That is what you're going over there to do. Because the Most High plan to unalive these Ethiopians. You understand? All right, jump to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 12. Baba Koshar, Officer Araya Allah.
God on time. The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 12.
Read.
And to the angel of the church.
219, Baba Koshar. 219, Salakia, if I misspoke.
God on time.
Yeah, man.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9.
Read.
I know thy works.
I know thy works. The Most High saying he know our works. See? Continue.
God on time. And tribulation.
And tribulations. Him know what we are going through. We go through so much that we seek an identity in another place.
Right.
That so much we hate. All right, you can imagine hating ourselves that we want to be African. Yo, it puzzles me, you know, Bridget. Yo, the Africans are the worst people on the face of the earth.
That's right.
Bridget, we have a video of the Africans, they must share a roast monkey, passing the monkey around like how you pass around a blunt. See? Just biting him in his head and chewing him, eating him, you know what I mean? That roast monkey. The Africans are the most barbaric, uncivilized people. But you can imagine how this try they have to be as a nation to wanting to be those people, Bridget. Go ahead, brother.
I've seen definitive proof of what you're talking about, sir. Because the Maasai tribesmen of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, these so-called warriors that we used to beat down and war against in the days of full time. The what they call today the Maasai tribesmen. I've seen them puncture the cow's back, the top of the cow's back.
Yeah.
Put a straw through the puncture hole and they drink the cow's blood raw. They suck it through the straw. The raw blood, sir.
Yeah. Now tell me which Benjamite here in Jamaica would drink cow's plasma from the old punch to the cow. That would even a crazy Benjamite, somebody who eats from the garbage can, would find that repulsive.
That's right. That's right.
You can imagine the sorcery that the Rastafari community have us in thinking and open to be Africans, brethren. You can imagine you claiming something like that, brother. That shows you how far we are falling, brethren. When we are the true rulers of this earth, should be enjoying the wealth and riches of this earth, living in the most civilized and righteous, not unrighteous, righteous condition possible. That is keeping the laws of the Most High. The most civilized, the most, you know what I mean, where they call it orderly, most royal people upon the face of the earth. People who are special to the Creator. We want to be Africans. Brethren, my youth, as the most, brother, we here in the I.S.U.P.K, we are here to dispel that lie. We're going to show you Africa for what Africa is. Zane, we're going to show you the oppressor for what the oppressor is. And we're going to get that brainwash out of your brain. So we're going to stop worshipping these heathens. Them can't walk a mile in our shoes. You are on the face of the earth. You are special. Isn't it obvious? You can't see it. Even in your poverty and your low state, you still excel, you still stand out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Further than these heathens. You can't imagine a place, you know what I mean, without Uno. You can't imagine this world without Uno. This world would be you know what I mean, a boring and uneventful place. This place would be filled with all manner of, you know what I mean, destruction, tyranny, and boringness.
So like you say, for me,
hey, brother,
it would be a sadistic kingdom without us in it. It'd be a satanic kingdom without us in it.
Right.
It would be a merciless kingdom without us in it.
Right. You understand? You understand? Even our ignorance, we know right from wrong for the most part. We know well enough how we go off because we don't know the truth of the scriptures and we don't know the history as being the people who should uphold righteousness upon the face of the earth. So we go off. But even our ignorance, we understand tyranny. So much so, you know, that we look on the plight of others even before ours. We look on the Palestinians them and say, yo, that's wrong. What the Israelites, not the Israelites, you know, the Israelites are lees, saying, are doing to the Palestinians. Then we look on them and say that is wrong. And we don't even look on ourselves and say what the oppressor is doing to us is wrong. We don't even, we want to forget about it. That is because you're a kind-hearted people, but your heart is in the wrong place. Your heart is in the wrong place. And your heart needs to come back to the Most High. Come back to your people. Gather yourself together like what the Bible says. You understand? All right. For time's sake, me that try find the video with the Africans. Them a tear up the monkey there with them teeth. But you know what I mean? We'll leave that alone. We're going to jump to we're going to finish playing this tape and then we're going to jump to another video.
On the fact that we worship in His Majesty, but they try to run joke on the fact that we worship in His Majesty, but there are some
the Ethiopians them run jokes, make fun of these children of Rastafarians in Sashamane. They make jokes, them jeer them because them worship Selassie. They make a mockery of them because them worship Selassie. Because Ethiopians do not worship Selassie. You understand?
Ethiopians is a
tag on the Rastafari leaders and tell them to join this class so we can have a discussion on this matter. See?
That are into the Rasta worshiping of the Rastafari. So they have certain people that they mingle with.
I'll jump to another tape. See? I'll jump. This is an Al Jazeera video. You know what I mean? Again, follow this page, like, share. If you have questions, please leave it in the chat. At the end of the class, we'll just go through the questions. You see me?
Many of these men traveled thousands of kilometers to live in what they say is their promised land. The town of Sashamane in Ethiopia is a spiritual home and place of pilgrimage for Rastafarians around the world. This is one of their church museums. The board outside advises visitors on how to behave. Ras Bungis, who came from Birmingham in the UK 4 years ago, beats a drum they use in their worship. He tells me how Ethiopia's former emperor, Haile Selassie,
Officer Arya Allah, him look weak as if him not have enough strength to beat that drum. Him look like. Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing that kills me, sir, is the Rastafarianism pushes a doctrine of Selassie, their so-called alleged king, that they're waiting on returning. They push a doctrine that he is of the lineage and of the bloodline of Israel, in fact, the tribe of Judah. But there's no records anywhere in this kingdom of that. Nobody's ever recorded that he came from the seed of Solomon. What we do have records of is his birth certificate, his passport, all his identification, which claims him to be a Cushite, which is a modern day Ethiopia. But we have our records, like I said, for a reason, sir. And when you read Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14, Christ is the king, the king of all kings, our king and our savior that sprang out of the tribe of Judah. There's no mention or any records of Selassie coming from the tribe of Judah or being from the seed of an Israelite. But he did come, there is records that counteract that doctrine that Rastafarianism pushes, that he was in fact a Cushite. And his birth certificate and his passport and all his personal documentation and identification backs this up, sir. Salakia.
All right, somebody just call, maybe it's you, maybe it's me. Them call it in the chat, Officer Araya Allah, them call us a Rasta hater. You see? Maybe, go ahead, what you say?
Yeah, whoever that is, sir, they don't know us. We love our people, sir. We push this, he's using a strong term like hate, but we push this truth. We push this truth because we love our people. Even our Rastafarian brothers that have been led astray. We love them. So we know the importance to teach them the truth and take them back out of the dark and put them back into the light. And that is what we're doing, sir. Salakia.
Right. And to add to your point, we love the Rastafarians more than the Rastafarians love themselves. And this is why Rastafarians are being unalived and being oppressed by Ethiopians over there as we speak. See? But the Rastafari community never even bring attention to it. The Rastafari community is not down here seeking assistance for their brothers and sisters in Sashamane. They don't bring it to the forefront, letting the media houses know, letting, you know what I mean, social media know. They don't come out and say, you know, we need justice for our brothers and sisters in Ethiopia from the Ethiopians. See, they are Ethiopians are oppressing our brothers and sisters. They don't do that. They know what they do? They keep it a secret. Meanwhile, their brothers and sisters over there are being oppressed. We show more love by bringing more the attention to what is going on with the Rastafarians over there, their own community. How can we be Rasta haters when we are the ones shedding a light on this situation?
That's right.
You understand? That is the sentiment of an ignorant person calling us Rasta haters. Your Rastafari leaders are Rasta haters. You understand? Let me continue playing this tape.
Gave 500 hectares of land to people of African origin to settle in 1948. Approximately 800 Rastafarians now live here. They say they are fulfilling a prophecy that descendants of slaves will return to Africa. They believe Haile Selassie was a descendant of King Solomon, and they believe he was the Messiah. Joseph came from the UK 16 years ago.
I am here still, I can say, doing what little we can to make as much difference as we.
Salakia, Officer Araya Allah, how do those brothers look to you? You know what I mean? Do they look like they are, what I call it now, that they are prospering over there in Ethiopia?
La, sir. La, sir. Them look down and out.
Right. They look like they are going through hell and they look like they don't have enough to eat.
La, can't. Can't.
Let me continue playing.
Yes.
The Rastafarians say they smoke marijuana because it is their sacrament, the equivalent of bread and wine given during Christian communions. Local development has shrunk the land they live on to an area of around 5 square hectares. The Rastafarian community may have lost a lot of the land that was donated to them by the former king Haile Selassie, and they struggle with legal issues.
They do what? They lost a lot of the land that Selassie promised to them. Them lose the land. How is that? That's because the Ethiopians are taking the land. You are strangers coming into their country claiming that some tyrant gave you land.
Right.
So take it back. Let me continue reading or playing the tape.
Such as their residency status, but they also say that they want to leave the politics to the politicians. What's most important, they say, is fulfilling their spiritual life here.
They want to leave the politics to the politician. But guess what? Ethiopians are all about the politics. You can't go in our country and claim that you worship their, you know what I mean, tyrant, and then claim to be You're different from the politics. He was a politician. You're calling their politician God. You can't say you don't want to get mixed into the politics when the man that you worship as God is a politician. You understand? And guess what? There's no way of escaping it, because even the Bobo Shanti, when they went to Ethiopia, they had their red, gold, and green flag, which is, you know what I mean, opposite to the Ethiopians, green, gold, and red flag, and they call it treason and ran the Bobo Shanti out of Ethiopia. It's all about politics.
Right.
You understand? This world is run by politics, and guess what? Christ is going to come back as a reigning king. You understand? King Yahawashi. You understand? And guess what? He will be the one and only politician. You understand? But not by the standards of this wicked place. You understand? He will rule this earth, and we will rule with him. So let go that Ethiopian madness there. That now work. Ethiopians don't even consider you. You know what I mean, dear people. Let me continue read, playing this tape.
In Ethiopia.
That's Daddy.
Charlie came from London 6 years ago. He lives with his Ethiopian wife, Adenech, and 4-year-old daughter, Emnet.
People say heaven. That's the fullness of their spirituality. Yeah? That's the highest point. They want to go to paradise, heaven. No, I think I'm living in paradise. They say you have to die before you go to heaven. I don't believe in that because I have no experience about that.
Charlie, like many foreign Rastafarians here, have few legal rights.
You hear him say, Allah? He must say, you know what I mean? He must say, Ethiopia is paradise. That is why I must say in one breath, you know, this poor Rastafarian brother, you know, see, it's paradise. See, but this is where I'm going to say in another breath. And it's a conflict, let me show you.
Passports expired long ago. They have no Ethiopian ID, which means they cannot work legally. Charlie says the government should recognize how Rastafarians can contribute to Ethiopia's development.
You come on, man, do something.
Hold on, man. So you tell me, say the Ethiopian government don't recognize Rastafarians' contribution, or them really don't want it? Them really want them up and leave. Them wouldn't mind them lift up. The Rastafarians are not welcome there, Bridget. So this dream that, you know what I mean, the Rastafari community is selling us that, you know what I mean, we need to go back to Ethiopia, go back to Africa, is a lie, Bridget. You are not welcome there. Let me continue playing this tape, and these are the most heaviest part of this tape. I want you to listen. And this is Cyril, by the way, that this Rasta is planting in that barren land in Sashamane. Let me play the tape.
How Rastafarians can contribute to Ethiopia's development.
You come on, man, do something for us, man. I'm appealing to the government, man. Not forcing no one, but you know, I'm a you, man.
You know why I'm going to say that, Officer Araya Allah? I'm a plea to the Ethiopian government. Do something for us, man. You know what I mean? Him not force them. You know, him a talk like a slave. You know, somebody who them sister them low, and him a fair talk utmost. Boy, you breaks me heart.
But Ethiopia is the paradise.
I see him when we say Ethiopian is a paradise, and him a talk this way. He must say, do something for us, man. I'm a human. You know, I'm to say I'm a human because the Ethiopians are treating them like animals. You understand?
God, sir.
But you see, the pride of Rastafariism won't just let them come out and say, look, this is hell. Get us the hell out of here. We need to come home back. We made a mistake. You understand? Just like the Christian church, when them get molested inside of that church, the whole of them cover it up and defend the pastor. And say all man fall short of the glory of God. these Rastafarians will still pick up for Ethiopia, even though the Ethiopians are oppressing them. And it's sad, brother, to see this elderly brother, you know what I mean, begging this brother, I tell him, my youth, rough, bridging. Rough. If you're not strong, it brings tears to your eyes, my youth.
Can.
We have to bring out them things because our people still get tricked by the Rastafari community star.
Right.
That these are bunch of weed junkies, nigh to schizophrenic people that try to teach about God. All them are teach about God and them can't kick them marijuana habit. Them can't stop smoking weed. How will they lead you to salvation? How can they lead you when they are drug addicts? You don't have to just think about that, you know, man. Common sense thing, you know.
Right.
And the Rastafari community is guilty of getting our people hooked on weed, brother. Our children from the time they go to school. It's the Rastafari community who caused that because they spread this weed culture. So what good has the Rastafari community done? Everything that them preach to us has become a trap to our people and a disadvantage. Maybe it's time for us to come out of the Rastafari community and follow Command General YAHANNA. Commanding General YAHANNA as rehabilitated brothers who was once on crack, who was once heroin, who were once weed addict, you know what I mean, who was once unalivers. You understand? Brothers come into this school and become brand new. They become born again. You understand? And then become warriors. And then become strong. Not weak and beggars like the Rastafari community. Yo, Officer Araya Allah, the other day, I.S.U.P.K. Selassie's son came to Jamaica, you know. And I think probably next class, I should bring this out. His grandson. See? And them up a oil, the Rasta them up a bubble oil. Them a beg him for some assistance. You know what I'm saying to them? He must go do more reading. Meaning, he must go read more about them before him give them. Because I don't want to give them no promise. He must go read something or learn more about them and things. Which is a spitting at them face because the Rastafari community here in Jamaica is who keeps Selassie legacy alive. You see, if it's to the Ethiopians alone, Selassie legacy would dead and bury long time. Because Ethiopians don't favor Selassie. They would rather forget about him. But our ignorant brothers here in the Rastafari community sing songs about him, keeping his legacy alive. And you know when grandson come say? Him grandson come say, him no want to make them no promises. Him have to go read or do more research about them. That is a spitting at them face.
Salaki, sir, for me. And most of our Rastafarian brothers and sisters, sir, are damn liars. Because Selassie, the last time Jamaica, he rode through Kingston in a carriage in 1962. And a lot of the 12 tribe Rastafarians swore that they saw holes in the palms of his hands where the Edomites, the oppressor, the Romans had nailed him to the cross. That's a damn lie with this. Salakia, sir.
Selassie?
Khan, sir.
Repeat what you just said a while ago. Because I think everybody should hear this. Say what you said a while ago.
In 1962, when Jamaica was made independent, Selassie I visited, and there was crowds of people. The people came out of their homes to line the streets to get a glimpse of who the Rastafarians were pushing was the king.
Yeah,
was Jesus Christ. And the Rastafarians have recorded statements of individuals swearing in sworn statements that they saw the puncture holes through when he was waving. They saw the puncture holes through his through the palms of his hands where he had been nailed to the cross. in his previous life. He still bore the scars and he wasn't given a new body. And we know through the Bible, through our records, when you're regenerated, you always come back with a new body, the same spirit, but a new body. So that shows you the lies that are in Rastafarianism, even to this day, sir.
Damn. So you're telling me, Officer Arya Ali, that there was Rastas who claimed that they saw nail holes in Selassie's hand when he came here to Jamaica.
Yeah, even my people, sir. Even my people. I hear it every time I come to Jamaica, and I hear this Rastafarian doctrine. I'm reminded that Selassie, the elders, I'm reminded that some of them bore witness as young teenagers.
Go ahead, Slacky about that. Go ahead.
Slacky, that they bore witness to seeing the puncture holes in the palms of Selassie's hand, which is a damn lie. Because if Selassie was Christ, which we know he wasn't, he would have been. How would he bear the same scars as Christ bore in his previous life? We know this through regeneration, sir. You come back with a new body. You don't come back with the same scars from the previous life.
Excellent. Excellent, brother. So what the brother is saying is, you know what I mean? Brothers claim that when Selassie came to Jamaica, he bear the scars of the nail in his hand because Rastas believe that Selassie was Christ. But we know that Selassie was born on a particular day through his mother's womb. So how is he showing scars of a previous life if he is the Christ?
Right.
He was born, him have a mother and a father, and him born as a baby and grew up. So where them scars they come from?
Right.
The Rastafari communities, they will lie to you to keep this message alive. You understand? And that sound, you see, and you basically I say, you hear it everywhere, which probably means, you know what that means, Officer Arya Allah? That might be concocted by the oppressor. You see, all of this Rastafari, you know what I mean, movement and ideology and this push, it might be the plot of the oppressor. You understand? Yeah, man. You see, anytime these outrageous lies are being spread and promoted all across the world, it's usually the oppressor behind it, especially when they might try to get the children of Israel to adapt it. You understand? All right. So we have the tape. We're now going to wait till next class and request of Officer Azahar. See? Where the Rastafarians in Bobo Hill are beg Selassie grandson for give them a blessing. Give them something, you know what I mean? Which is only fair because them spread the message of Rastafari all across the world. But this is what Selassie grandson had to say to them.
The Emperor Selassie way of life. That is what he taught us. Jehovah. Rastafari. Thanks again, my Lord. And you know, we give thanks to God of Israel. Jehovah. Rastafari. Oh, blessed Lord. Thank you very much. And we praise Sizzler.
I'll Sizzler Kalonji did there, you know.
Chinese, that we fighting them. Because you see water cover the sea. So we will have no more Britain in our way, we will have no America in our way, we will have no more, you know, the Chinese, that we fighting them, you know. But all these people, they come and take from us and leave us weak. So we want to be strong again, but we only can be strong in righteousness of salvation. His Majesty Emperor Selassie way of life. That is what he taught us. Jehovah. Rastafari. Thanks again, my Lord. And you know, we give thanks to God of Israel. Jehovah. Rastafari. Oh, blessed Lord.
All right, hold on, I have to go back a little more. Slack, yeah, a long time I don't pull up that video, yeah, so you know what I mean. Let me find where you know what I mean. Then we're asking him for some help. Hold on, 1 second. In the meanwhile, let's tap up the screen, share, like, subscribe. You know the thing already. 1 second. 1 minute. Hold on. somewhere around here, so. One second. See if I saw.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
All right, I think got this.
Okay, it's okay. Just love everyone. Your Excellency, we don't want to take up much more of your time. So if you have a, if you could give us a word, yes, we'd appreciate that. Excellency.
I was reflecting when the chants were going on, and how much it took to preserve that Africanness under all that.
Hold on, that was not the part. Hold on, we'll try to find it. Bear with us a little bit.
Because if it was so, you wouldn't be here. So, we have gone through all these struggles over these years, and we are still going through the struggle. We have written to the United Nations.
I think this is
we try even to get to become an NGO in the UN, in the United Nations, but they turned down our application twice, and we wrote to them again and fill up the application, and they accept it this time and said next year. So we're going through the doors. The International Court of Justice, because his father gave us a 4-point agenda, where we call upon the United Nations, we call upon Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, we call upon the International Court of Justice, and the AU, the African Union. Now, you are the head of the African Union. It might not seem so to the world, but we know you are the head of the African Union. There's no joke about it. It's only the people who bypass in us would not see that. But you are the head of the African Union. And I don't know why the African Union don't have you there sitting on your seat properly, and while sessions are going on, if you can attend them and so on. But you're supposed to be at the African Union at every meeting that is kept with the countries of the world. But these things going to come up, my lord. It's just for you now to be a little bit more proactive. I'm not saying that you are not, but with respect to.
All right, we're not reach the part of one, but people find this hilarious. Them basically lecture the son of Selassie or the grandson of Selassie that him should be more proactive. Them give him a title that the African Union never gave. He's supposed to be the head of the African Union. Weird. In our mind, well, the African Union did not make him the head. So it don't matter what kind of belief we have in our mind, that won't make him the head of the African Union, because guess what? The Africans now go revere him just like how them never revere him father and grandfather. You understand? So this is a delusion, this in a bridging. This is a delusion, because you tell the man say he's the head of the African Union, and when you check the African Union, he's not the head. How that work? This is delusion, bridging. But hopefully this is the part, Stark. I don't remember which minute marker did there. I don't know how to play the whole of the tape still. Hopefully I so.
That's the right work. Because this is the only work, that is in the world that can bring world peace and international security, which His Majesty fought for all his life. Even when he came here, he spoke at the Jamaican Parliament about world peace and international security. So you are in that state, in that seat, my lord. You have to see yourself as the main mover and the main shaker of this revolution. Not really revolution, of this righteousness of salvation movement that we carry out through the earth, to bring all hearts into one. Because His Majesty is in every heart. And he's moving through, resigning throne and moving through the hearts of our people now, of our nation, building righteousness of salvation. So it's for you, my Lord, to finish the journey, to carry on the journey. So, whatever you can do for us, we'd like to hear if there's anything that you can approach, for us, the Congress, and for the whole houses of Rastafari, universal, international, just Jamaica local. His Majesty work is scattered all over the world. There are so many people, Rastafari people, and not only them, people who have one locks calling upon His Majesty and looking to you Because if it wasn't so, we wouldn't have brought
them. I beg him for some help, some support, some recognition. You know what I mean? Give a word in for us, please. You know what I mean? Them I beg him. Them I say, take this thing serious. We worship your father as or your grandfather as God. You should be in the seat which he was not given. Them I put him in the seat. You know? You should be the rightful head of the African Union. It's your rightful place. See, go in, get a word for us and Ray. You know what that really is? This is really just them. I try butter up Haile Selassie's son to see if him can do something for them with flattering words. You understand? When him don't even care. Him don't care about the Rastafari community and him don't even care about him father legacy. Him don't care about it. You understand? But you have to be the motivator. To motivate him to take up the cause I'm grandfather. It's a failing cause that already, brother. If you from way over yourself encourage your godson, you can imagine if the disciples have to be convincing Christ to do the will of the Most High. All right, Allah. Just imagine if Peter have to say, come on, Jesus.
God won't answer. Never happens, sir.
You have to step up to the plate and be the man that the Most High wants you to be. You have to go on that cross and die for our sins. You know what I mean? So if there's anything you can do for us, like, look, yeah. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense, brother. Don't make no sense. I'm gonna continue playing. I play the part where him basically answer them say. You know what I mean?
My Lord, we are looking to you for help, and the help you can help us.
You must look to him for help because clearly Selassie can't help them. Selassie can't help them, and Selassie has not been helping them. So they must look to Selassie grandson. But this is what Selassie Selassie.
As I said, you are not get praise. It's your duty to continue to lobby for us.
And I am telling you, when I go back to the house, the pot don't be fire, don't come under the right.
Hold on.
His Excellency.
I was reflecting when the chants were going on and how much it took to preserve that Africanness under all that stress, under all that pressure. And I think the most important thing is for people to understand that. Most people don't know. You know, most people think it's music or art or expression, but they don't know the pain. And that's what we need to reflect, study it, and expose. That's what I felt today. And I have to read enough to understand and create a strategy with good advisors.
Man, I forgot to read, Berchin. You don't know what them are talking about. All right, so Officer Araya Allah said, if Haile Selassie was the king, they should be saying the grandson is the king. They're supposed to walk around with his picture instead, saying, Hail King Armias. And that is so true. You understand? Right. He is a direct ear from Haile Selassie. If Selassie, all right, just imagine, David is the king of Israel, right? And after him was who? Solomon. And after Solomon was Rehoboam. You understand? Right. So he should be their new king of kings. You understand? But guess what? It's Tapa Selassie. It's Tapa Selassie. You know what I mean? And now they have to be educating Selassie's grandson as to the way they call it now. What's the word I'm looking for?
The inheritance, sir?
No, the mission of Haile Selassie, with them create. You understand? It's them create that. That was not Selassie mission. Selassie mission was to come and worship white Jesus. You understand? But them create a mission and now they are encouraged it because them need a God. Them really need a God in a brethren. Them need something that can keep the relevancy of Rastafarianism because the history behind Selassie is not strong. And it's even more weak because Selassie grandson don't care. It's no business. And make it worse, the Ethiopians don't respect Selassie. Them see him as a tyrant. You understand? All right. Officer as a give me all right. Let me read this. All right, give me Jeremiah 17:4. Baba Kwasha, Officer Araya Allah. Two other officer as a you know what I mean?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
Read.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Oh, we read that already. We read that already, Officer as a give me 17:5, verse 5. Jeremiah 17 and verse 5. Salakia, Officer Azaa, we read that already here.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 5.
Read.
Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Right. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. What that mean? What that mean? Does that mean you're not supposed to follow a man? It don't mean you can't follow a man. Because we in the I.S.U.P.K. will follow Commanding General YAHANNA. And Commanding General YAHANNA follow Christ. You understand? Right. But you worshiping a man as God is a problem. You understand? Oh, you're going to look upon Haile Selassie as if he's God. When the history is there that show you that Haile Selassie is but a God. You understand?
Right.
Haile Selassie need, all right. This is something else will always puzzle me, you know, Officer Araya Allah. Zin, Haile Selassie was good friends with the Queen of England. Good friends. And you know why he was good friends with the Queen of England? Because in his time of trouble, when he needed help to fight against Mussolini, England came to his rescue by providing troops to fight and defeat Mussolini and give him back his throne. Right. You understand? But it seems like the information never reached Jamaica. Because Jamaican Rastafarians born out the Queen of England.
God.
You understand? When Selassie was good friends with the Queen of England, he may even bow down and kiss her hand.
Right.
You understand?
God.
You trusting in a man like that, it a go fail because guess what? He's not God. He's not our power. Our power is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand?
Sorry for me.
Go ahead, brother.
He's not even a king, sir, because a king never bows to a woman.
That's right. I understand. I mean, well, maybe that is how them do it because, you know what I mean, them revere Bilkis so much that, you know what I mean, them boy, maybe the woman of them God or something, you know the African them already. You see me? All right, let me continue reading Jeremiah 17:5. Baba Kwasha.
And maketh flesh his arm.
Right. And officer thing the officer Azab said them want to make, you know what I mean, Armeas arm. You understand? Continue reading.
And whose heart departeth from the Lord.
Right. And this is because our hearts have departed from God. So now here we are going now. We want to make a man into a God. We want to make Selassie in a God because we don't obey our power, our God. You understand? That is why we seek to the ends of the earth over there in Ethiopia to find our resting place, and that is not our rest neither. Instead, what we should do is come back to our true heritage. You understand? Ecclesiasticus 34 and 1, Baba Kwasha. We need to come back to our true heritage. One thing with the scripture, following these laws of the Most High, it now go confuse you once you learn it. You now go find yourself in a position where your king, your God, you know what I mean, is found to be wanting. You understand?
Can you repeat that, sir?
Ecclesiasticus 34 and verse 1.
Can. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34 and verse 1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false.
Mm-hmm.
And dreams lift up fools.
Damn. Every scripture, man. Heavy scripture. You know what I mean? So it has said, the hope of a man void of understanding are vain. What does vain mean? Vain mean nothing. So the hope of a foolish man whose heart is across the end of the earth is nothing and false, meaning it's wrong. You understand? And dream lift up fools. And now them dream that Prince Ermias will become that will fill that void for Haile Selassie. Them hope, them dream, but they are fools for that, brother. Because even that grandson of Haile Selassie don't care about that. You know what him want in a life? He want riches and money. That's what him want. And notoriety. He don't care about the Rastafarian cause. You know what him care about? Him own well-being and him own pockets. Like any politician would. You understand? But you put in your hopes and dream into a man, brother. We can't help you, especially a man that is a heathen. That is not of your nation. This scripture, ye shall make him king among you, one of your brethren, one from among your brethren. Let me find that quick. Deuteronomy 17 and 15.
God, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right. So the person who should be king over you is who the Most High shall choose. You understand? Let me continue reading. Read.
One from among thy brethren.
One from among your what?
One from among thy brethren.
One from among your brethren. Who is your brethren? Your brethren is your brother. You're from your own, from your race, from your own people. You can't make Selassie your king. Selassie is not your people. Selassie is a heathen, is an Ethiopian. Ethiopians and Israelites are two different nations. They are not brethren.
That's right.
An Ethiopian rejected king. Your king, your God, and his own people reject him. That is even more embarrassing, brother.
Right.
We should, you know who is our king? Yahawashi Mashiach.
Right.
Jesus Christ is our king. That black man who the oppressor wants to be like so much that him paint him white. Because he is the greatest man to walk the face of the earth. He is our king. Not no Ethiopian. You understand? Read that part there again. One from among thy. Read.
One from among thy set king over thee.
Read it again. Baba Koshar. Break up a while ago. Slack ya.
One from among thy brethren. shalt thou set king over thee.
One from among your brethren or one from among your brothers shall you set king over you. You understand? Continue reading.
God one can. It's a stranger over thee.
Read it again. You break up a while ago. Salakia. Read that again.
God one can. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
You must not set a stranger over you. Continue.
God one can. Which is not thy brother.
Which is not thy brother. And the Ethiopians are making it clear to our people over there in Sashamane that they are not our brothers. So how can you make Selassie your king when he's not your brother? You understand? And with that, if you have anything else to add, Baba Koshar, you know what I mean? Add that now, Officer Araya Allah. We have to close out the class.
No, sir. Just real heavy class, sir. Appreciate it. The water other one.
All right. And to order to priest and officer as a you know what I mean, him wisdom that him, you know what I mean, him share with us today as well and the breakdowns. To order, sir. All right, jump to the security announcement. Baba question.
God on God, sir.
All right, we don't have enough time to cover the questions them on TikTok. We're over the time. See? We will close out the class. See? But tune in to the next class, which will be on Wednesday, 7 p.m. You know what I mean? So if we have, you know, that is the opportunity for stay to the cars next time. Next class, 7 p.m. We keep classes in Jamaica on Sundays, 3 p.m. and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. And worldwide, all the schools across the world, we keep classes every day. So if you want to keep in tune with the I.S.U.P.K and the command in general, and learn, you understand? Just watch the classes that are held every day. You understand? If you want to get inside of these classes to be a part of the school, see, call the number that is in the bio of all our pages. You know what I mean? And get inside these classes. I'm Slakia, Officer Ariala. Go ahead.
God on concert. Clap it up for Officer Kyle. These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call to each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 to 10, means a tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'aya Sharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Passover, commencing the 20th of April in Durham, North Carolina. That's where we're holding the Passover. Pay your tithes, Israel. Announcements, a holy convocation from the sheep. Remind the Akyam and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headbands, and scarf.
All right, so we're going to say the Lord's Prayer and then salute and sign out, all right?
God on concert.
Yeah, man.
All right, men of Israelite Madian. Sa, which means turn and face the east. For the Lord's Prayer, first in the Hebrew, then in the English. Abanoa.
Abanoa.
Shabbat Shamayim.
Shabbat Shamayim.
Kwadash.
Kodash.
Aya.
Aya.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwatka.
Malakwatka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Kaya. Haya. Salakia. Haya.
Aya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Aya.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathan Lanoa.
Nathan Lanoa.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Kal Yuwam.
Kal Yuwam.
Wasalak Lanoa.
Wasalak Lanoa.
Kawabwat Noah.
Kawabwat Noah.
Kasalak Noah.
Kasalak Noah.
Kawabwat Yanoa.
Kawabwat Yanoa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabaya Noah.
Tabaya Noah.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashai Noah.
Hawashai Noah.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwath.
Hamalakwath.
Waha'la.
Wa'ala.
Wahathapa Arath.
Wahathapara.
La'ai Walamyam.
La'ai Walamyam.
Aman.
Aman. In English, our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
And lead us not into temptation.
Salakia, sir, as we forgive our debtors.
Salakia, as we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it. Amen.
Forever so be it. Amen.
All right.
Men of Israel, we're going to give Officer Kyle one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Madiam. I Madiam. Barak. Yehovah Hashem, Yehovah Shai Barakatah.
Yehovah Hashem, Yehovah Shai Barakatah.
Yad Yamata. Class dismissed. The other one.
Yeah, man.
Muslim Christ. Lord Allah, I'll see you next week, sir. Shalom. Yehovah Hashem, Yehovah Shai Barakatah.
Yehovah Hashem, Yehovah Shai Barakatah. All right, so remember, like, share, follow, subscribe, leave your questions in the chat. And with that, shalom.